TYT Sports, Francis here with Britton Harden talking some boxing or MMA maybe. Manny Pacquiao, could he transcend into that? I doubt it, but I'd love to see it. So he is invested in an MMA company in Asia, putting in, buying some stakes in there. And I mean, as Jason was just saying before, the sport is growing. We know it's one of the most watched sports now, and fast becoming popular all over the world, with just the Jones and Cormier fight coming up very soon. They had that little scuffle, which obviously helped. But with Pacquiao investing, do you think it's good for the sport?
It's good for the sport of MMA, absolutely. It gives the sport a little bit more credibility. Some people think that it's barbaric, and when you have an established politician who has since joining the sport of boxing found his zen, as you call it, kind of vouching for the sport by investing in it, it definitely gives it credibility. You know, what a lot of people don't know is that Manny Pacquiao comes from a kickboxing background. He's a professional kickboxer before he was a professional boxer. This is nothing more to me than a good business venture. It's a good business move. And the older fighters get, they are longing for some kind of opportunity that will last them throughout the rest of their years. You know, obviously he knows the sense of his mortality, and he knows that he has to retire soon. And he's looking for things to invest his money in to kind of keep the Manny Pacquiao name relevant aside from politics. Outside of boxing, what is he going to be doing? So, I mean, he's looking for things to invest in, and this is a good play.
I think the CEO of the company invested in was kind of hoping for a little magic to happen when Manny pulled on those gloves and found out that they were a couple of pounds lighter than his boxing gloves. And he said that Manny Pacquiao's words were, I think, I could do some serious damage to people with these gloves on. So I think the guy was hoping he'll pull these on and just go, well, this is my call and I'm going to get into MMA. I mean, we'd love to see that happen. As you said before, Manny's next fight actually, against the gentleman, what did you say his name was?
Chris Algieri.
Yeah, Algieri. He was a kickboxer as well, right?
So you
never know, might be a couple of kicks flying out in those rounds between each other.
We could see the feet coming off of the ground in this next fight. Stay tuned.
But as we said, we talk a lot about here, we're going to cover some more UFC stuff and MMA. The sport is growing. People are starting to watch it, but does that take away from boxing? That's a question. It's kind of controversial, but does it?
Sad but true. And here's why. There are certain people that just like this. There are certain audiences and demographics that just like to see combat sports. They like to see punches thrown, people knocked out, people hurt. MMA is probably going to give you that more often than a boxing match would, but the core audience for boxing isn't going anywhere.
Of course.
You're not going to convert a boxing enthusiast into a mixed martial arts enthusiast. Now, while we can appreciate the sport, I definitely appreciate the sport of mixed martial arts, but there's nothing more technical than two pugilists getting in the ring, fighting in a chess match, a physical chess match, and seeing who's the smarter man, the more superior man in that sense.
Well, because I've been brought up around boxing as well in the United Kingdom. We watch that a lot. And I would hate when people would come out of nowhere and go, oh, I hate those Klitschko brothers, man. They're just boring to watch. But like, they're tactical geniuses. Not beside the fact that both of them are doctors. Like, they're doctors. They are so intelligent. But they out-strategize their opponents, and that is something that you can respect to watching it. So I completely agree with you on that. I don't think the core supporters of boxing will go anywhere. But as you said, this world is a violent world, and people love to go, like, some of the biggest videos on YouTube are people getting smashed and hit in football, boxing. So that is why UFC and MMA, they're coming into this sort of era, because people just want to see people getting the shit kicked out of each other.
I remember when I was growing up, when I was very young, I was in karate. That was my first combat sport that I was engaged in. And I remember hearing people talk about how karate was going to take the place of boxing and how boxing wasn't going to be relevant because of this new emergence of karate. And now you see that karate is, you know, infused into mixed martial arts. But time and time again, you'll hear people say these things, and you'll always hear this challenge come when there is an age-old sport involved. But boxing isn't going anywhere. Mixed martial arts is a good combat sport to watch, but boxing to me is the number one.
All right, that's good to know. So make sure to check out our website, tytsportsonline.com, and follow us on Instagram. Britton, thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for more boxing, UFC news coming very soon.